Thank you for letting me use your charger.
No problem. Thank you for letting me take your corner.
I'm gonna kick you out of there soon, though. I gotta clean my room. You need to clean your room. Sassafras.
Are you still planning on?
I think it would be good for us.
Okay. Well, the reason I'm asking is I need help financially. And I've said, I mean, like last week you pulled $250 out of the account. The week before that.
Yeah, but then I didn't really spend anything after that. I mean, I pulled $250 out, but I used $100 of that to go straight to pay the Kohl's bill.
Okay,
And then, yeah, you did. You knew that because I told you. And then I mean, I don't have a debit card that's linked up to that account. If I don't pull cash out, I don't have any, like, access to funds. And so,
well, what are you doing with your own money?
well, part of that one check was going into the bank account. And the other one, part of it was getting set aside, and part of it's been kind of in limbo because they keep fucking around on my paycheck. Which I talked to them about again, and they're hopefully going to fix.
Listen, I'm not trying to have a fight. I'm trying to just find out where we're standing. Because, I mean, you know.
But even when it was like my check in there, I mean, I pulled out $200, but I left almost $200 in the bank account, and that was after all our bills had been paid.
You
Yes.
got $50 in that bank account.
When?
When you pulled out $300 out of your paycheck, you got $50 in that bank account.
When?
The last paycheck you got just before this one.
What do you mean I left $50? Or there was $50 in there after all the bills were paid?
There was you did that before any bills got touched out of your check.
There was more than $50 in there. I know for a fact there was, because I wanted to make sure you had money for your stuff, because that seems fair, is that I can have some spending money to do my things that I do, and you can have spending money to do your things.
I agree. I don't have an issue. But I got the bank statements, and there was $50 left in there.
Okay.
And I mean, I'm just trying to talk.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to be.
No, I know. It's like it doesn't matter how much is in the bank account because it's going to be gone. You see it's there and you spend it.
I'm trying not to do that, babe.
I know, but trying not to doesn't do.
I've been keeping all the receipts that I've ever purchased since I've talked to you outside that day. Every receipt that I've used on that card, I have the receipt for.
Okay.
And I got.
I'm not.
Well, no.
Why is that?
I'm just because I'm trying to take accountability for my spending, and that's what I'm.
Okay. Hi.
Just grabbing something real quick.
Okay. I mean, I understand needing help financially, definitely, but I mean, there's almost $1,000 a month going into that account for my paycheck that you pretty well got to control where it went to. So, I mean, I feel like that's a lot of help financially. Just because you chose to spend that money on other things instead of bills and chose to use your paycheck towards bills doesn't mean that money wasn't used. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, but I mean, like I said, I've got everything that's accountable and where everything went, and I'm not spending it on anything else.
Okay.
And just, stuff that I don't need.
Okay.
And I'm just, like I said, I'm not trying to make this an issue. I'm trying to communicate here.
Yeah. I mean, I'm fine, but then we need to come up with a budget and stick to it. Because you having access to stuff, you have very poor self-discipline. Bottom line. That's why we're always broke. That's why the car is broke. That's why half the things in the house are broke. That's why you're 500 pounds. And I'm not being shitty. It's just I'm trying to be honest about what it is. And I mean, legitimately. The bank account's getting drained down to nothing. But other than pulling out a chunk of cash, I pulled out $250. And you called me within 15 minutes wanting to know what my plans were with that money.
Because I had bills to take.
And I said I was going to go take $100 and put it down on Kohl's.
Right.
Because you had bills to take care of. What bills?
What bills?
Yeah.
Out of this past paycheck, there was all the bills that we talked about prior to. I have it written down.
Uh-huh.
As to, I had to call, I got this car insurance.
Right, which was like $300. Or what, was it like $400 left in bills?
No,
I mean, there was $1,600 in the account. Or 15, whatever it was.
11.
11?
Yeah.
When I pulled that money?
And you pulled $250 out, leaving me with $926.
To
And
pay $400 worth of bills.
no, I got the. I had a paper on top of the refrigerator that had all the bills and stuff on that I paid. And it came out.
Skylar might know where it's at.
And it came out to almost. It left me with like $100.
Yeah, I remember. And that's why you took the couple and moved them on to this past paycheck. Because you had that, what, $800 worth of bills or whatever did you just say?
Yeah, this past paycheck, yes.
What do you mean this past paycheck? Because the notebook list that you were referring about, is from the paycheck before. It's when you came up with all the bills that were due out of that paycheck, and then you said, all right, well, we're going to bump this few $100 worth of bills over to this paycheck.
Right, but then there was other bills out of this paycheck that were due at this time.
Yeah, but we talked about that and trying to, okay, so what?
Huh?
Go ahead.
No, it was more like the loan payment, the car payment, all that stuff was due out of this paycheck as well. And it came out, I'm telling you, it was like almost $800 and something that I paid in bills.
Oh my gosh.
And I left it with $100.
There was more than $100 in there though, because those boots were on sale for $29. And I wanted to get a pair for me and a pair for Skylar. And you said we didn't have money to do it because there was only, $139 in the bank account. And that would only leave us with $80 to get through until today.
Was that for the Kohl's?
Yeah.
You asked me to purchase a $50 gift card.
No.
A $50 online gift card.
Okay. Okay.
Because your order got denied, I thought.
Yeah. Yeah, remember? And so I needed to put the extra money onto the account so that would cover the portion so that I could buy boots. And you told me we didn't have the money to do it.
Well, you told me you were going to get. Okay.
No, I did. I got Parker shoes. I got myself boots. I got Skylar boots.
Okay.
And I got it all switched around and covered. But, I mean, you told me no, and I hadn't touched any money that was in there. So if that money that was in there was just to get through until this Friday, I mean, that's over $100. My car hadn't taken, maybe $20 of gas tops. I've had 2 packs of cigarettes.
Why are you getting so defensive, hon? I'm just trying to have a conversation with you. I'm trying to understand where we're at. I want to try and come up with a game plan here. I don't want to fight with you on this. I don't want to be controlling. I don't want to.
I'm not trying to fight either, but you put it out there like I just took all the money and blew it.
That's not what I'm trying.
That's what it sounded like.
I'm sorry that it came across that way. I'm not trying to portray that.
Okay.
I'm really trying to do this the right way.
Okay.
I don't have an issue doing, working together and getting stuff accomplished. I really would like that a lot. So yes.
So then, yeah, we need to come up with a budget. And we need to come up with a fair amount for each one of us to have. Because your allotment to spend on what you want and what you do is huge. Where, like, Parker and Skylar really don't have nothing. Unless, Parker, I told him he could have $20, but he has to finish the dishes. That was the agreement. But I don't really do anything either. I don't eat out at work. I don't, So,
I'm good with.
mm-hmm.
I'm sorry if I came across that way. I wasn't trying to be demeaning.
That's all right.
I was trying to just work on things,
Yeah. No, that's fine. If you want to come up with, and maybe we can sit down with Betsy and come up with a budget that she can help us break it down and what's, what percentages of what should go where, or, Sorry, like I said, I've only had like 2 hours of sleep. So.
I'm sorry to approach you like this. It's just been really heavy on my heart. And I'm trying not to be angry. I'm trying not to be demeaning or controlling,
You just want to know where the money's going, what's going on with it.
I want to come up with a budget. I want to work on things together. I really do. What we need to do for Christmas and make this happen, I want.
Yeah. I've been working on it, going 1,000 different directions, making sure everybody's bobbing above water wherever I can.
I know, I appreciate it.
Yeah, I've spent extra money, but, and granted, it wasn't on Christmas presents, and a couple things, like my give thanks sign or whatever, I guess that really wasn't a need, but, like, the other stuff, the kids need jeans, they need shoes, they need, you know what I mean, like, these are needs, they're not wants. I'm not just out.
I know. I'm not accusing you of
I know, it's been almost 2 years since Parker got a new pair of shoes.
Yeah, no, I get it. I totally get it. And like I said, I'm not trying to be that. I want to talk and
Yeah.
show you that I'm.
Yeah. We need a plan, a black and white plan, and something that's going to be followed through.
And I'm even ready to relinquish my debit card. I don't want it. I don't.
I'm not.
Well, no, I'm just.
And that might be better. I mean, not to completely, you have to have a debit card in today's society. That's crazy. But it, not operating on it, taking your chunk of cash for the week and saying, this is all I have to spend on my da 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 for the week. It's a good way to keep a budget if that's what you're interested in doing. So, and that's what we talked about. That's part of the reason why I didn't just throw a fit, just grab cash. It's easier to stick to a budget.
I was holding on to that for Christmas. $200 I was trying to.
Skylar sent me a text message because she's hungry and she's like, don't ask about the refrigerator because I already looked.
Yeah, all the kids need food.
There's literally, I got home from work and I ate 2 forkfuls of peanut butter and that was the last of the peanut butter.
I just opened that little thing yesterday.
Well,
And I made you a peanut butter sandwich with the Skylar peanut butter sandwich.
but there's not bread. There's not, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I get
And I can't move around. I keep trying to get stuff clean every time. Our darling creatives. And I need to sleep at some point. So I'm still human. I love you too. You're welcome. For sure. Sorry, I didn't mean to be all groggy when you woke me up. I appreciate
you.
Yeah.
And if you could, when you get some time, direct me on what to do with that stuff. I'll be glad to do it.
I don't even know. I mean, you need to get the floor here cleaned off, pull out and sort laundry. And that's pretty much,
Like that box right there, that Chewy box,
that's full of dirty clothes.
that's full of clothes that need to get donated.
Okay, so then we can take that to donation. That's something that can happen. If you know that that's up there and that needs to get donated, take it.
I was waiting to find out because there's another clothes basket at the bottom that has a lot of your stuff in there.
Oh,
And
yeah.
You said you wanted to go through it first.
Okay, I could probably do that today because I wanted to let Marcy.
Okay.
Oh.
Cool. Get some sleep. I'm gonna leave it alone.
You're right. Good night.
Good night. I love you.
I love you too.
Again, thank you.
No problem. Thank you for talking to me.
Huh?
I said thank you for talking to me. Instead of just letting it stew.
So what?
Instead of just letting it stew.
Yeah. Hey,
Yeah.
I love you.
I love you too.
All right. Go upstairs for a little bit. You gonna fall asleep out here? Or?
Well, that's where I was asleep. It's hard to, that room's a fucking crazy mess. And Skylar's in there with her projects. In her corner.
I'll get some sleep.
Alright.